Well, it's good to be with all of you, especially those of you at home who are joining us for this wonderful series of visitations, sharings, if you will. This is kind of an unusual one. Those of you who have been in this program now for many months might notice that this is a bit unusual. This sharing is being produced at one of our Recreating Yourself retreats. This retreat is taking place in December of 2003 in Ashland, Oregon. And there are a number of people here in the room with us at this particular moment. They've just gone through 3.5 days of our Recreating Yourself retreat. And we thought we might let you in on 1 hour of this retreat to just get a sense of what happens here and how it is, and also to pick up on some of the messages that we're sharing and creating together, really co-creating together in this environment. So that's what's happening. And having given you that brief introduction, I'm going to go back to the retreat, which has been going on long before you joined us, and will go on long after you leave. But I got to say that what happens here in the next few hours is going to be very exciting, because tonight is New Year's Eve. This is the last day of the year. And so after you guys leave us and watch this videotape, we're going to have our New Year's Eve party this evening. It's going to be fun, won't it? And we're all going to have our New Year's resolutions tonight. And they'll be very powerful New Year's resolutions. And we do this every year at this time with people from all over the world and all over the country. People are here from Dublin and from Australia. And where else? Who else has come from around the place? You're from the UK or from the Netherlands? From the Netherlands? Where are you from? You're from Sweden. All right, so they come from, and you're from Canada? Portugal, and from Canada. Okay, so they're from all over the United States and from around the world, and some from foreign places too, like Mississippi, and like that. So, with that brief introduction, we're going to get on with our program and just let you eavesdrop and see what an hour or so of the retreat is like. And we were just in the middle of a question and answer session before you joined us, so that we're going to continue with that. You had a question. And I'm going to ask you what your question is.
How do you keep the relative in the past and not in your present space? Because you said as soon as you declare who you are, all that is not comes in. But then in book 3, you say that it doesn't have to be
this
right
is about
there.
This is about the law of opposites. Let's talk just a bit about the law of opposites, shall we? The law of opposites says that whatever you declare for yourself will produce the exact opposite experience in your reality, that you will draw to you the opposite of what you've declared. That no sooner will you declare a thing to be true and its exact opposite will come into the space of your life. The law of opposites. And that is because, as CWG teaches, in the absence of that which you are not, that which you are is not. Yes? Okay, you understand that? Good. Then there's nothing more to be said.
No.
No, just for the folks at home, because clearly all of you understand this perfectly. Nobody here needs to hear this understanding, this message, but for the folks at home. In the absence of that which you are not, that which you are is not. Means simply that in order for you to experience what you are, that which you are not must be present in your environment. In order for you to experience yourself, let's use a metaphor, as the light, there must be darkness. That is the wonderful metaphor that makes up the core of the story of the little soul in the sun. And it's an astonishingly clear metaphor because we begin to understand a deep wisdom and a great truth through such a small metaphor. You cannot be the light unless there is darkness. If there is nothing but the light, you are as a candle in the sun and cannot know yourself as the light. If your greatest desire is to know yourself as the light, you will call forth the darkness and bring it upon you so that you might know yourself as who you really are. And humanity has been doing that now from the beginning of time. We have been doing that for a very long time. We call forth the darkness that we might know ourselves as the light. Yes? Yet, what we do, of course, is we curse the darkness, even after we have called it forth. unless we don't, until we don't anymore. Now, masters understand what I've just told you. And so masters know that as soon as they declare anything, including their own mastery, everything unlike their mastery will come into the space of their experience, begin to fill their environment, and give them an opportunity to work within that context to notice, to express, to experience, to become, and to fulfill who they really are. That is why masters never judge or condemn what they see in their environment. That does not mean that they fail to change or seek to change what they see in their environment. Quite to the contrary. Who they are is one who would change those things. But they do not condemn or judge what they seek to change, but go about the business of seeking to change that which has appeared in their environment without condemnation or judgment. That is why all masters of every tradition have said, each in their own way, judge not and neither condemn. But nowhere is it written, and neither change. Nor is it said, do not seek to change. It simply indicates, judge not and neither condemn. That means we can seek to change what is in our exterior environment with which we do not agree, which does not represent us, that is, does not represent us. That is, it does not present us again to the world. We can seek to change that which does not represent us, but in a way which avoids condemnation or judgment. And that is a way that heals. When you change something from a place of condemnation or judgment, it reappears. Because condemnation and judgment merely causes that which you condemn to grow larger. Something that is not commonly known or understood, except by masters. Now, the question my friend over here asked is the same question that's asked toward the end of Book 3 of the Conversations with God trilogy, which is, how can we then move through life without going through travail after travail after travail, difficulty after difficulty after difficulty, challenge after challenge after challenge, if every time we want to imagine something magnificent about ourselves, everything non-magnificent shows up in our environment? Who then would even dare to have a magnificent thought about themselves for fear that they will bring the wrath of the heavens raining down upon them, through the law of opposites? It's a fair question. And the master is the one who knows that, because it's like this. The opposite of what you have declared for yourself does not have to appear and make itself manifest or make itself known in your immediate vicinity. That is, it merely has to exist somewhere within the contextual field that you perceive. The wider your perception, the greater your perceptual field, and to put it in simple terms, the further from you the opposite of what you are can appear.